Alright, I need all of you guys to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and while you're subscribing, hit the notification bell, and that will let you get notifications every time I put out a new video. All you people who said you were gonna, or said that I should do a YouTube channel, I need you to do that. You know who you are. Alright, so I'm gonna do this video on our 1971 Shasta Compact. And so a little bit of the backstory on the camper. We got the camper from Shonda's mom and dad sometime around the early 2000s. I don't remember exactly when it was, and there's our dog running back there. Don't remember the exact time it was, but we camped in it off and on. Didn't really use it a whole lot. And then we started camping over in the woods on the farm we live on. And so we ended up, my dad has a cabin back there, and we ended up parking it by the cabin under some trees. And sometime around 2005, 6-ish, no, maybe more like, I don't remember exactly when it was. Anyway, we had an ice storm during the winter, and a limb fell out of a tree and went right through the roof. And of course, it sat for maybe, I don't know, a year or two, and we didn't even know that it was like that because it was back in the woods away from our house, and we hadn't checked on it or anything. So during that time, of course, all the snow and the water came in through the roof and destroyed the inside of it. The cabinets were all falling apart. The floor was rotted out. Big hole in the roof, limbs sticking out of the roof. It was a total disaster. Pretty much destroyed the inside of it. All the moisture on the inside peeled all of the veneer off the cabinets. All the paneled pieces that go on the cabinet doors and the drawers, it peeled all that off. Total mess. So we hooked to it and pulled it back up to our house, parked it at our house, and it sat for a long time after that too. I went ahead and covered the roof up so it didn't mess any more of it up. And I worked on it off and on, tore the inside of it out, patched the roof up, and wasn't very interested in it. And to be honest with you, I tried to sell it several times, but it actually doesn't belong to me, it belongs to her. So anyway, I tried to get rid of it. She wouldn't let me, absolutely was not. And she kept giving me Pinterest pictures of what she wanted it to look like. And it did look good, and she had good ideas. And in fact, all of it is her idea. None of it was my idea. She's the idea person, I'm the get her done person. So I tried to get rid of it. She wouldn't let me. Finally, last year, around August or September, I kind of messed with it a little bit and got interested in it, and that's when I ended up really putting a lot of effort into it. Completely, well, not completely, but mostly gutted the inside, painted all the outside, and that's how we ended up with what we got now. All right, so here we go. 1971 Shasta Compact. When we got the camper, it was in decent shape. Metal was not bent up real bad. No holes or anything. So we painted it, painted the stripes on it. Patched up a few places. Pulled all the windows out, resealed all the windows. New stickers for the front and the back. All new marker lights. The tail lights and brake lights, those lights were kind of hard to come by. Called wedding cake lights. So I took the old ones, took them apart and painted the inside, and put LED lights inside of them. Painted the wheels, put some baby moon hubcaps on them, some white walls. It did not have the wings on it, so I found somebody who gave me a set of wings, which was a lucky deal, and I fixed them, painted them, made them look a lot better. They were in decent shape. Added a few things to it. This outside light, porch light if you will, is not on it, so I added that to it. Added the power jack on the front. I'm tired of cranking it up and down, so added that onto it. Also painted the gas tank to match the rest of the camper. There's the other new sticker. The old Shasta nameplate's still kind of rough. I'm planning on going back and doing a little bit of restoration on that. Kind of clean it up a little bit. All right, on to the inside. The inside was in really, really bad shape. The ceiling was in terrible shape where the limb fell and went through it. Put a hole in it, so I had to replace all of the paneling on the ceiling. And the paneling on the back wall was some water damage in the back, so I had to replace that. Had to fix some wood on the inside behind the paneling. The floors, there was a big hole right there. The limb went through the ceiling and it sat for quite a while with water in it. We didn't realize the limb had gone through it. So it rotted a hole in the floor. All of this floor through here was all rotted out. So I repaired all that. We put down some vinyl flooring in the bottom. This is the original stove and the vent hood. Pulled those all out, cleaned them up and painted them. Made those look a little better. The refrigerator that was in it was not the original refrigerator. And shortly after I got it all fixed and painted up, it decided to die on me. So this is a newer refrigerator. It fit in there pretty well. We've scratched the door up just a little bit on the outside. All of these cabinets in the kitchen all had like paneling on the front, and because it got wet in here and stayed moist in here for quite a while, all of that paneling was destroyed on the front of these cabinets. So I had to take all of that paneling off and reface the cabinet doors, drawers, and the cabinet fronts down on the floor. That was a job. This closet door was damaged on the bottom, so I had to cut the paneling off the bottom and replace that, fix that. All the cabinets down under the seats were all damaged. Had to repair those. Put new paneling on the face of them. So this bunk in the back, we first took it out, decided we weren't going to use a bunk. And then we decided that my daughter may go camping with us. So we added a bunk back. And I fabricated all this bunk except for like the pieces on the front. And this all slides out. We have a mattress that goes on it. And this design for the mountains in the back, my wife Shonda came up with. She's pretty artsy. The bunk just has two latches on either side. There's the bunk. We keep the mattress for the bunk rolled up in here. And if we're not going to use it, we don't take it with us. We just leave it at the house. These bench seats, both sides, slide out and make almost a king size bed. Both sides slide out. All right, here's how the beds fold out. We have a latch down here on either side. Just pull on it. They're on slides. Back behind here's a piece of wood on hinges. Lays down. That lays down. That's one side. Same thing on this side. And there's the bed. Then I want to point out these wonderful cushions that my Aunt Frida made for me. She did a great job sewing this stuff up. We wanted this canvas type material because it's a lot tougher than anything else you buy. And it was very hard to sew. So she worked on that for a while and got that done. We appreciate it. She did a wonderful job. All right, here's the air conditioner I put in it. It's down in the bottom under this bench. Down under here. When we use it, we have to leave this door down. And we're contemplating maybe putting a vent in the front of that door so we don't have to do that, but that lets it pull air into the air conditioner. And then blows the air out on the end down here. Then we open up the little bay door on the outside, and that's how we run the air conditioner. All right, I do have the camper set up with solar, and I have 300 watts of solar on the roof and two 100 amp hour batteries that we run, so we can camp for about two and a half days on the batteries before we run out of juice. And that's parked in the shade with no sun charging the batteries, so those batteries will last quite a while. I've got most of that is in behind here. There's a 1200 watt inverter back there. There's my solar charger that charges the batteries from the solar panels. I've got one 100 amp hour battery back in behind there. You can't really see it. The other battery is down here in the bottom under there. I also have a 20 amp charger down here that hooks to the power in if we are hooked to 120 volts on a campsite. We can charge the battery if we need to do so. This is the power switch for the inverter. That switches from the shore power cord on the outside to the inverter, shuts the shore power off so we're not running both at the same time, and turns on the inverter. And then down here I've got some switches for battery lights that run on batteries, and running lights if we want to turn those on separately when we're not hooked to the truck. And then I have a battery monitor here. Tells the battery information, how much time we've got left. It's a little low right now. Quick shot at the solar panels. Of course, we have a TV, and we use a Fire Stick and a hotspot on our phones to get internet, and we can watch pretty much anything we want. This closet was pretty much open when I started repairing it, so we've added shelves to it. Divider here, this is where we keep our Blackstone griddle. We love Blackstone griddles, by the way. And then at the bottom, of course, we have a potty. And this is with the table set up. This is the original table that came with it. The leg was in bad shape, and replaced that. Folds up, and then the table detaches from the wall. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.